We've read before about the manslayer and the avenger of blood, and how the person who killed someone by accident could live in a city of refuge until the high priest died. Then he could safely return to his home. What we haven't talked about is the other part, how he has to present himself before the congregation for judgment. In Numbers it reads the same. What an awful feeling to have to stand before the congregation for judgment. I suppose they have to decide if it was an accidental death. Was there hate in his heart, or did it just happen? It's easier for me to trust God for healing or deliverance and help in so many other ways than when it involves other people. Somehow God gets smaller in my eyes when I have to rely on someone else's decision. And right there, I said the problem. We're still relying on God. We're not relying on anyone else to make the right decision, to make the right move. Joseph wasn't relying on Potiphar to realize he was a good guy, or on the cupbearer to mention him to Pharaoh. It was God who was the one orchestrating everything. God used those men in the right way at the right time. If we were in charge, we would never have any suffering. But then no character would be produced in us, and we wouldn't have a shared identity in Christ. It's best if we let God write our story. He's the author anyway. Much better to let him write it and enjoy the story than to try and write it our own version and make the tale take all sorts of hard twists and turns to get us back onto the storyline. Then if something horrible, absolutely horrible happens, like you accidentally kill someone, like this chapter in Joshua's about, then you can rest in the knowledge that it is from God. He's writing your story. It was an unexpected plot twist, but he's working it out for your good and his glory. You can know there's a good ending to the story. The person who died had a story too, and it didn't end with their death. God's story is good and perfect. And you'll never be sad because you got to the end of a good story, because his story lasts for an eternity.